Well, hello everybody. This is Dr. Troy Dukowitz of the Commit and Go podcast, where we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action to create big ass results in your life and business. Today's topic is this: I'm freaking cold. Could you shut up? So I am on this journey right now, and many of you have heard me talk about peaceful practices. I'm seeking out peaceful practices as part of my targets for the year 2019. And one of the things that I have just taken on is cryo chambers. Now, I did this, I'm not allowed to do the same thing 2 weeks in a row. So if I'm doing like a peaceful practice known as a float tank, 1 week, I cannot do it back-to-back weeks. And if I do, it doesn't count as my peaceful practice. So I can still do it 2 weeks in a row, but it doesn't count as my peaceful practice because I'm investigating different things. And so I decided last week to do the cryo chamber, and I also decided then at that same point that I was going to actually give this an actual ride. I was going to go through this for a while and just kind of see what impact this has on my body. Now, for those of you who don't know, I want you to imagine. So this is the cryo chamber experience. This is basically a freezer experience. That's how I'm going to explain it to you. So you walk back into this room, huge, I believe it's nitrogen tank that's hooked up to this. It's almost like a cylinder, and you're going to walk up 2 steps. The door opens, and you go into this cylinder. And the starting temperature for a person, a beginner, is going to be at minus 135 degrees. And so that's where I started last week. It's also where I was yesterday as I went into the tank yesterday. And when you get in, you take off your robe, and you are literally standing there with just your skivvies on, your underwear, and your little booties with socks on, and that they give you, and then you also have gloves that they give you. Then they close the top. Now, it doesn't close over your head, so you're not all the way in this chamber, but it does close enough that it leaves space for your neck to be sticking out of the top of this thing, and boom, we are off to the races. This is a 3-minute session that you go through. And so as you're standing there, you're instructed to move. And so I just kind of turn around in little circles, keep moving. And it's so tight that the confines here are so tight that like my shoulders are hitting the sides, which is, it's hitting ice, folks. It's cold. So it's like, that's probably the worst part of it for me is every time I hit the side, because it's so friggin' cold to hit the side, but I can stand there and I'm just fine. And so this is going on, and it's a 3-minute process. Well, as I'm turning, and I'm trying to focus because I really want to keep my breathing in this calm state, because the calmer I can keep my breathing, the less likely I am to start shivering. Now, short story on me, I don't like to be cold. So, I'm turning in circles, but the guy outside the chamber wants to have a conversation with me. And he continues to have a conversation with me. So I never, from the time I walk into the chamber, and it starts, I never have a chance to just take that deep breath and create calmness, create a focus to be present and in the moment with this experience that's going to take place. He's talking to me, I'm trying to listen to him while I'm also trying to get my breath to this calming place and relaxing place. So that when I'm about a minute and a half or a minute into this, I'm already feeling the cold and the shivers, which I did not have the first time that I did it. So now as he's continuing to talk, I'm going around in circles, trying to catch my breath and trying to relax. And then I'm realizing I can't hear everything he's saying. So now I'm trying to not be rude, hear what he says, have a conversation with him while still turning around in circles, while taking deep breaths to try to relax. Whew. If that explanation doesn't give you anxiety, I don't know what will. So you can understand about the state of mind that I was in. Now, typically I would just say, hey man, if you don't mind, I'd really like to just get focused here and I'll totally talk to you afterwards. But I think, and I kind of feel like I was in this place of, I've done it once before, I'll be okay. Like, I got this, right? And so that's obviously a lesson right out of the bat. Just because you do something once does not make you a master of cryo chambers. And so, but we'll have that talk another day. So what happens is, though, is that what I realize, 3 minutes are up. He hands me my robe, I put my robe back on, give him the gloves, and I walk out of the chamber to go get changed. There's 3 minutes are up, and the problem with this is that I was not present or in the moment in either thing that I did. I wasn't present in the moment with the cryo chamber. I was not present or in the moment in talking to him. And it just got me to thinking about life. Like, how many times do we do this? How many times as a parent are you sitting there looking on your phone and you're actually listening to your child while looking at your phone at the same time? Which means you're not completely focused on your phone, but you're trying to be, and you're not completely focused on your child, but you're trying to be. How many times have you been working out and all of a sudden you're texting somebody, or you're playing around, you're taking pictures, or you're checking a Facebook profile or something online while you're supposed to be working out. It's this split focus that we have. I don't want to use a word of multitasking. We're trying to multitask, but it's a split focus that we're trying to create and thinking we can be in the moment in these two separate scenarios when in reality we're not. Maybe it's in your business and you're trying to, and it becomes the same thing. You're trying to look something up on a computer while also talking to a staff member and answering their question at the same time. Maybe you're trying to do your notes. If you're a doctor, you're trying to do your notes and listen to a patient at the same time. Like, how many times have we thought this about medical doctors over the years? It's like they walk in the room, they turn their back on you, and they're sitting there writing notes. This is not a bash towards medical doctors, but they're trying to move through patients, so they're writing notes in what you're saying with their back towards you, and you're going, hey man, are you hearing me? They're trying to write at the same time while trying to listen. It's this split focus. And the split focus is one of the reasons that we are a society that is just always constantly on the run. And being constantly on the run, many people don't even know how to be focused or in the moment anymore because we're always on the go. And so the question I have for you today, as I take this experience into our body, our being, our balance, our business, we look at our overall lives. Where is it in your life across these four categories that you find yourself trying to live off a split focus? Is it while you're working out that you're trying to have this split focus of working out but yet answering emails at the same time? Is it that you have this split focus of meditating, but before your meditations start, and by the way, like, guilty as charged, I've done it before, I've since stopped, but before I did this a long time ago, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like, literally the meditation music starts and I'm still like reading one more email. Yeah, because that works for relaxation. And so it's a split focus. Maybe it's in your relationship with your spouse where you're trying to have this split focus relationship. Yes, I hear you. Of course, I hear you. No, you really don't. The only way that you will truly hear or truly listen to a person that you're with is to put down the electronic device, is to turn off the computer, turn off the TV, turn off the music, put down the book. It is the only way we can truly be one in the moment. So as this man is talking to me, I mean, I'm trying to have a conversation with him, but in the same breath, I'm not getting the full impact of the experience that I should. I'm not getting the full focus on my body and the relaxation that I should because I wasn't willing to speak up. And there's yet another topic, but not for today. So where in your life across body, being, balance, and business do you find yourself living with this split focus? And when you find that area, then what's one action that you're going to take in the next 48 hours to be completely focused, to stop living a split focused life, and you're going to go for a focused life in that moment? And obviously, as I always say, do that thing. That's all I've got for you here today, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, if you haven't already, head on over to commitandgo.com. Check it out right now. We've got a beautiful site there for you. It tells you a little bit about myself and programs that we do. I also have a free giveaway there for you. It's my Time Mastery program. And if you haven't already, head on over to iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher. Subscribe, rate, and or review this podcast. And hey, pass it along to friends that you may know that you think could benefit from the fire and fuel I supply here every day, Monday through Friday. That's all I've got for you here today. I am Dr. Troy Dukowitz. This has been the Commit and Go podcast, where we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action, and create big-ass results in your life and business. We'll hear you next time.